Hi, my name is Nancy McMorris-Oddix, certified nurse midwife and Family Building Blocks board member. I spent my career caring for families expecting new babies. The families ranged from highly educated couples with an extremely planned pregnancy to young teens who were unprepared for the journey. Some families were compulsive about making sure everything the woman was exposed to was healthy, while others struggled to get off substances we knew weren't good for the baby. Regardless of a family's place on this continuum, the birth was an extremely anticipated event, and the baby was handed into loving arms. New fathers and new grandmothers cried at the sight of the amazing strength they had witnessed in the mother giving birth. As the newborn was cradled in the arms of the new mother, it was clear to me 100% of the time that the child was cherished and wanted. Regardless of the skills the mother had arriving at the moment, she wanted the very best for that baby. Unfortunately, many of us reach that place less prepared to parent than we wish. Some of us struggle with knowing how to meet the needs of our newborns and children as they grow. Some of us struggle with depression and isolation. For so many families in our communities, Family Building Blocks has been there to model and teach skills to parents and to give consistent support to children so they can grow healthy boundaries and attachments to those close to them. For nearly 25 years, FBB has come alongside families during the very important first 3 to 5 years of their children's lives. Each year at the Dream Builders Luncheon, you hear another amazing story of the difference FBB is making for so many young families in Marion and Polk counties. Another part of my work with expectant and postpartum families let me see the enormous need for mental health services across the age range. Before we were hit by the pandemic, we didn't have enough mental health providers to fill the need. The pandemic has expanded that need. Few sectors of the community had adequate access to behavioral or mental health care on a timely basis. For children and young families, the hole was even bigger. As it has in so many areas, FBB saw the need and hired a mental health provider. They bought a building and are converting it to provide children, family, and individual mental health services. Perhaps one of the blessings of the pandemic is the spotlight that has been placed on the need for these services throughout our community. When I was a young woman, I got a call that no one ever wants to get. My mother called to tell me my younger brother was dead. I would later learn that he had committed suicide. It was such a taboo subject in 1981 that it was not part of the news I received. He was working in the oil fields of Montana, far from family, and he had no resources as he reached that horrible depth of depression that we know leads to suicide. It took me many years to understand and accept the circumstances around David's death. As we talked about Jeanette's Place, our new mental health facility on State Street, at an FBB board meeting, I had the idea of reaching out to my sisters, who all live in other states, to ask them to support this work. All 3 responded quickly and affirmatively, and we were able to give a donation to the renovations of Jeanette's Place in memory of our brother David. I know there are people in this virtual room who have been touched by similar experiences. There are people who have watched family or friends struggle with parenting. In this community, we are so blessed to have Family Building Blocks to come alongside families and help them become great parents. We now also have FBB to come alongside those struggling with depression and other mental health problems. As someone who has spent a 42-year career working with young families, I am grateful for the impact Family Building Blocks has had over the years with families in our community. When we break the cycle of abuse and neglect, we save not just that child, but impact generations into the future. When we support the mental health needs of children and young families in our community, we enlarge that impact. This is why I give my time and money to Family Building Blocks. Please go to familybuildingblocks.org and donate today. Thank you.